Job 39. Are you acquainted with the way the mountain goats give birth? Do you watch as the wild deer give birth to their young? Do you count the months they must fulfill? And do you know the time they give birth? They crouch, they bear their young, they bring forth their offspring they have carried. Their young grow strong and grow up in the open. They go off and do not return to them. Who let the wild donkeys go free? Who released the bonds of the donkey? To whom I appoint the arid Rift Valley for its home, the salt waste as its dwelling place. It scorns the tumult of in the town. It does not hear the shouts of a driver. It ranges the hills as its pasture and searches after every green plant. Is the wild ox willing to be your servant? Will it spend the night at your feeding trough? Can you bind the wild ox to a furrow with its rope? Will it till the valleys following after you? Will you rely on it because its strength is great? Will you commit your labor to it? Can you count on it to bring in your grain and gather the grain to your threshing floor? The wings of an ostrich flap with joy, but are they the pinions and plumage of a stork? She leaves her eggs on the ground and lets them be warmed on the soil. She forgets that a foot might crush them or a wild animal might trample them. She is harsh with the young, as if as if they were not hers. She is unconcerned about the uselessness of her labor. For God deprived her of wisdom and did not impart understanding to her. But as she springs up, she laughs at the horse and its rider. Do you give the horse its strength? Do you clothe its neck with a mane? Do you make it leap like a locust? Its proud neighing is terrifying. It paws the ground in the valley, exulting mightily. It goes out to meet the weapons. It laughs at fear and is not dismayed. It does not shy away from the sword. It is on it the quivers rattle, the lance and the javelin flash. In excitement and impatience, it consumes the ground. It cannot stand still when the trumpet is blown. At the sound of the trumpet, it says, "Aha!" And from a distance, it catches the scent of battle, thunderous shouting of commanders and battle cries. Is it by your understanding that the hawk soars and spreads out its wings towards the south? Is it at your command that the eagle soars and builds its nest on high? It lives on a rock and spends the night there, on a rocky crag, on a fortress. From there it spots its prey, its eyes gaze intently from a distance, and its young ones devour the blood. And where the dead carcasses are, there it is. So as God is continuing, he had talked about some creatures before. He's talked about creation before. Now he's going to go through a list of animals. So are you there when the mountain goat gives birth, when the wild deer gives birth to their young? The answer is no, because they're not going to give birth if there's a human around. They are going to hide away. They are going to sleek away. They are not going to be anywhere near you when this happens. Do you know how long they're pregnant for? Do you know when they got pregnant? Do you know when it's time for them to give birth? Do you have these answers? They crouch, they bear their young, they bring forth the offspring, have carried, and their offspring grow strong, grow up, and they go off, and they do not return. So, do you know what happens with wild animals? Do you know when they give birth? Do you know how they give? Do you know where they go? You don't know any of these answers. Who let the wild donkey go free? Who let the donkey out? Who let the donkeys out? All right. Who released the bonds of the donkey? In other words, the donkeys are free roaming around. Who let them go as opposed to the ones that you have in captivity? To whom I appointed the arid Rift Valley for their home, the salt wasteland as its dwelling place. I wonder where donkeys actually originated, but that's an interesting, donkeys go dwell in arid places that you can't go, that you don't want to go, that you don't even take your flocks. It scorns the tumult in the town. It does not hear the shouts of the driver. Just doesn't pay attention to noise and those things. Its range is pastures. It searches for evergreen plants. Okay, so we're done with the donkey. Now we move on to the wild ox. Can it be your servant? Will it spend the night at your feeding trough? Can you bind up the wild ox, throw a rope around it? Will it pull? Will you use its great strength for your advantage to throw, to do your planting, your sowing, and all of those things? No, the wild ox will not cooperate. Now we move to another animal. The wings of an ostrich flap with joy. Its pinions, they're not like the plumage of a stork. It's not as beautiful as a stork that can fly, right? How about how smart an ostrich is? It lays its egg on the ground. It lets it be warmed by the soil. It forgets it might stand on it and crush it. Like an ostrich is so dumb it could crush its own eggs. Or a wild animal might come and trample them. Like it leaves it, it abandons it. The soil will warm it. She is harsh to her young, and as if they are not hers. She is unconcerned about the uselessness of her labor. Like she's doing all this work and they might just die. She does not care. But as soon as she springs up, she laughs at the horse and the rider. But she is laughs at the horse and rider when she gets up. So she's faster and swifter than a horse and rider. Why? Because she can outrun them. Now we're going to go into the horse. Do you give the horse its strength? Do you clothe its neck with a mane? Do you make it leap like the locust? Its proud neighing is terrifying. It paws the ground in the valley, exulting mightily. It goes out to meet the weapons. It laughs at fear and at its dismay. I love how this is talking about the horse as the one that goes to battle. Like it's the horse longs for battle is the way this is being described. It does not fear. It's longing for it. It hears the sword. It hears quivers rattling. It gets excitement. It gets impatient, and it hears the trumpet, and it runs to battle. Aha! Battle's happening. I get to go to war. Like the horse, really? I don't know, but it's been trained to do that. So it's going out. It's doing that. Sounds like a constantly crowding, stepping on the piglets. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yep. Thunderous shouts, and then it loves the battle cries. It goes after them. And then we switch. Yeah, a sow. Yeah. Sounds like a sow. Oh, constantly crowding, stepping on the piglets. Yeah, I gotcha. I didn't say sow. My brain wasn't registering what it was. It was like, is that a misspelling? I didn't get all of it, but I got it now. Is it by your understanding that the hawk soars? Because you understand, that's why the hawk is up there. It spreads its wings and towards the south. Is it your command that the eagle soars and builds its nest? Do you understand birds of prey? How do they fly? Why do they build their nest where they do? It goes to the rocky crag. It spots its prey. Its eyes graze distance and intently. Its young devour the blood. Where there are carcasses, you will find them. You're going to find birds of prey where there are carcasses. Do you know and understand? And the answer to all of these questions is no. The answer to all the questions is a resounding no. All right, moving on.